We will start this SoundCloud part by analyzing the artist page. You need to have a clean artist page because a lot of promoters, DJs, they will discover you via SoundCloud. So you want to show your style, you want to show some informations here. So yeah, be sure to have something like very straight to the point and very clean. So here you can put a profile picture. I would recommend to put a profile picture that you will use also on Instagram, on Spotify, on Linktree. That's how you make your face known. Regarding the banner here, I like to use the banner as a way to give an information like some gigs. If I have all my gigs confirmed for the next 3 months, I can put a banner here to show where I'm playing. It can be a good idea because if you start having like a couple of thousand of followers on SoundCloud, you can assume that there are people going on your SoundCloud page times to times and they can easily see where you're playing. So why not? I prefer to put a music information. So regarding my EP, so I put it like this. This is the cover in the background, then new EP out now, name of the EP and the logo of the label. So now let's check Spotlight. So Spotlight, I think you can only have that if you pay for SoundCloud. I'm not sure you can have that if you are on the free version. So Spotlight is just like highlighting whatever you want. You can highlight tracks, sets, playlists, whatever you want. It has to come from your profile, so you cannot highlight a track that was uploaded on another SoundCloud channel. But what you can do is that if you release a new single that you want to highlight here, you can just do like this. So this is a track that was released on another label. So you click on more, then add to playlists, then create playlists, you make it public, and then you just write something like new single, and then you write the name. So this is going to be a playlist even if the track doesn't come from your profile, and then you will be able to highlight it here like this. And the cool thing is that you can also add some metadata. So you can add here a buy link, so for example a free download link from Hyped, or a Bandcamp link, or you can put the tune links also, and you can add some info in the description of the playlist. So same, you can add whatever you want, like your Spotify, Instagram profiles and stuff like that. Also what's cool is that it will put it on top of the feed here, so the playlist, which is a good way for you to re-up a single. So if the track was released on another label, you can have the track on your followers feed just by doing this trick. So it's pretty cool. And also remember that you can do that for old tracks. So for example, a track that was released a year ago, you can easily like do something like this, like a playlist with only one track, and write something like thanks for the support or whatever, and it will put it on top of the feed because the feed is chronologic. So now let's move on. On playlist, as you can see, I only have a tracks playlist and a podcast playlist because I use the playlist tab just for proper playlists, places where I gather all of my tracks or all of my podcasts, and I use the albums tab to put my EPs. So you have my 2 EPs here. So for example, if you release an EP on another label, the label will have the playlist on their profile. I still recommend you to create a playlist on your own profile as well. Even if it's gonna be some kind of duplicate, I think it's always better to have your own music on your own profile for sure. So I will show you how to do that with the album. I will show you with just like one track. So I create a playlist like this. You will add here all the tracks from your EP. And then as you can see, it automatically goes to the playlist tabs, but you can change it to go into the albums tab. You need to edit and then select the playlist list here. And just so you know that only playlists will appear in the playlist tab. Everything else, so album, EP, single, compilation, will be part of the albums page. And so you can select something like EP, and then you can select release dates, you can add description, whatever. And I refresh, now it's no longer in the playlist tab, it's gonna be in the album tab. So let's get into the tracks playlist. I sorted the playlist based on my matrix, so the tracks that perform well on top, because this is like my bangers. So if someone lands on my page and wanna discover my music, I assume that the person will prefer the top tracks because they are the ones that already got attention. You can arrange the order of the tracks by doing this. You go on tracks and then you can grab like this. I didn't add the tracks from my EPs. I prefer to put the tracks from my EPs on a separate album, so it's only my singles. You can also add the tracks from your EPs as well. It's just that I didn't want to have like a very, very long playlist. I wanted to have like something pretty straight to the point, because as we have seen in the first chapter, I put my SoundCloud playlist in many things like my press kit or whatever. I prefer that promoters land on my SoundCloud playlist instead of my Spotify playlist, because I do more streams on SoundCloud. And since promoters, they just want to check on your profile, they just want to check if you have some streams, if you have some kind of community, whatever, they will never listen to all of your tracks here. And then the podcast playlist. So podcast playlist, I wanted to put the main channels on top. It's not really based on statistics. Also, I wanted to put the sets that display the most my style at the moment. I change a lot my style, so that's why I prefer to put the most recent one, like at least the sets that cover my actual styles of music. So now that we've covered all of the tabs here, we will move on to this part, which is very important to me. So first, the description, the projects I'm working on that are musically related. So this is my collective and this is my label. So I just want to show to people that I'm involved in the techno trance scene. Keep in mind that this description will mainly be read by promoters and probably DJs also. Fans don't really care about all of this, so just remember that you will talk to professionals in this description. Then I want to show my booking address. Then I add a short list of the biggest labels where I've released tracks. I've sorted them based on the fame, so yeah, I just put like 5. I didn't want to put all of them. And then at the end I added my link tree. If people want to know more about me, if they want to check on my Spotify, next gigs, whatever. Then I added short list of past gigs I've done. I didn't put them all. I just selected the main ones. And also you can see that I've put a promoter sometime and the other artists on the lineup. So now moving on to the links here. So you can put links on your profile, then click on edit, and then you can add the links here. Just be careful that you cannot sort the links, so you cannot grab and move them. So be careful about the order if you want to pay attention to the order. So you can see that I've put first my Instagram, then Spotify, then a booking address. One other option is to put your next gigs, so your Bands in Town Smart Link. That's also an option to show people where you are going to play. One small trick I forgot about this section here is that you can use the subtext here to put the labels you want to showcase. So for that, you go on edit, and then instead of writing a first name and last name, you can just put like label. You can still answer a city here, and then when you click on save, you see that you have a couple of labels appearing here, which is pretty cool because if promoters land on your page, they can easily see that you've already released on big labels. And yeah, that's all for the setup of the artist page.